Are you curious about the brand new pre-kindergarten homeschool package from Sonlight? I just received these resources in the mail, and so I wanted to hop on and do a quick unboxing and show you exactly what is inside the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package that was just updated for 2022. This package includes some new resources and some really fun hands-on materials for kids. And so I want to show you exactly what is inside the Sonlight Pre-K package today. So first of all, everything comes with a really detailed lesson plan that will show you exactly what you need to teach each day. And the lesson plans are broken up by week and by day for 36 weeks so that you can see exactly what you'll need to teach your child. So there is an overview that shows you for the whole week exactly what to teach, and then detailed explanations of how to do so. So here's your week overview, and it will tell you each day and each subject what pages and what books you're going to be using. And then there are more detailed explanations that tell you exactly what to teach and how to teach. So I love that everything is all planned out for you and ready to go. That is so helpful as a homeschool parent and something that saves so much time. So as far as resources that you will receive, the Bible stories come from this book, 101 Favorite Stories from the Bible. And I'm excited to use this one with my preschooler because I love the illustrations that are inside this book. There are so many just beautiful pictures, and each story has a picture that goes along with it. So I think that's really going to help her be able to connect to the stories. The stories are short, just one page, and then there's the beautiful illustration, and then at the bottom there are some questions that you can ask. So in this story, Saul is anointed. One of the questions is, who became the first king of Israel? So once I read this story to my daughter, she should be able to answer that question, and that will be a great way for me to be able to check and make sure that she was paying attention. I'm really excited about the alphabet and pre-reading resources that are included as well. The Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package includes 2 books for kids. They'll be getting Dr. Seuss's ABC, and then also this book, First 1,000 Words in English. I am so excited to show this one to my daughter. It's got search and find pages where kids can look for all different words. So here's the C side. And on the side here are the different things for kids to look for. I think this one is going to be fun because kids do not need to be readers in order to read this book. They can just find the individual pictures and then look for them in the scene. And I think my daughter is going to have a lot of fun with this and really be able to spend a lot of time enjoying this book and the illustrations that are in it. The curriculum also comes with a set of 4 workbooks called Developing the Early Learner. There's books 1 through 4, and each of these books are designed to give skills that will prepare kids for reading. So a lot of them are worksheets. This one, for example, is teaching rhyming words. So kids are learning words that end with the CK sound. So duck and stick and wick. And they're coloring those pictures and being exposed to those words. So just lots of different print activities to be able to use. I think these will be great so that my daughter has something to work on while her older brother is working as well. The Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package for 2022 also includes some hands-on manipulatives in the preschool kit. And this is the thing that I am probably most excited about of all of the resources that are provided in this package. So we have the pre-kindergarten supplies kit. It comes in a box like this. And when you open it up inside, it has some Montessori resources that are great for kids. Before I had my kids, I taught in a Montessori classroom for several years. And so I'm really excited to see these resources because I know that they work really well for kids. So for language, there are these sensory letters, and they come in a little bag like this. And these will allow kids to practice their letters hands-on. So the little cards have the letter on it, and the letter is actually made out of sandpaper. So it has a little bit of a texture to it. So kids can take their fingers and they can trace the letter. And it also shows them the directions for what they need to do. So for this F, they're going to go down first, number one, and then across and across. And they can use their fingers to trace that, and they'll be able to feel the texture of the sandpaper. So if you have a kinesthetic learner or an active preschooler who likes to learn hands-on, these are going to be so helpful in helping them learn not only the letter shapes, but also to start practicing handwriting as they're tracing the letter and they're learning what the order of forming the letter is. So those are the sensory letters, and those come as a part of the brand new preschool kit. And they are a language resource that's included in the Sonlight program. Sonlight also has some math resources in this pre-kindergarten kit. One of them is this set of math beads. And these are really cool because they are, again, a great way for kids to practice math hands-on. So there are individual beads that kids can use for counting and for practicing their numbers. And then there are also these bigger beads that come on a wire like this that have 10 beads on the wire. And these are really helpful for teaching teen numbers, the numbers from 11 through 20, because kids can see that you combine 10 individual beads to make a 10, and then you can get out some of the single beads and you can actually make those numbers from 11 through 20, and you can count the number of beads. They can count these 10 plus the 1 or the 2, and they can also see how that number is built. To go along with that, you also get this resource, which is a teens board. And this is another resource that is used in Montessori classrooms to help kids understand the numbers from 11 to 20. So when you first unfold it, it looks like this. It's a long row of 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And then it also comes with these little tiles that you can put on top of the board. So you have the numbers from 0 through 10 individually here, 9, 8. And then you also have these bigger numbers, 10, 20, 30. So these are helpful in teaching place value because you can stack these individual numbers on top of here. So you can show your child that the number 12, for example, is 10 plus 2 more. And you can show them the way that we cover the 0 with the 2 in the units place. So there are lots of really hands-on practical lessons here for teaching place value and teaching multi-digit numbers with this teens board and these beads. So I'm so excited to use these with my daughter. I think they're going to be really helpful for her in learning math. So all of those resources, the sandpaper letters, the golden beads for math, and the teens board all come as a part of this pre-kindergarten supplies kit, which is brand new to the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package in 2022. The Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package also includes a ton of resources to help kids learn about science through reading. My daughter loves to be read to, and so I think this is going to be a great way to teach science to her. We get 3 books from the Wells of Knowledge Science series. Kids get Is a Blue Whale the Biggest Thing There Is? They also get What's Smaller Than a Pygmy Shrew? And this one, How Do You Lift a Lion? And these books are really fun because they have lots of really beautiful illustrations inside, and they teach science concepts. This page says, with pulleys, it would be much easier to lift, and they've got the pages long, so it shows the monkeys and the pulleys. So I think my daughter is going to love these illustrations, and I think these are going to be a great way to introduce some science concepts to her in a way that's really fun and memorable and exciting. They also get How to Dig a Hole to the Other Side of the World. This is going to be a great introduction to earth science and the layers of the earth. And again, lots of really fun illustrations. I think my son is going to love this one too. And then we also get 2 from the Usborne Starting Point Science series. We have Why Do Tigers Have Stripes? An animal science book. And these are great because they have so much information on every page. I think we're going to read this one lots of times before we really take in everything that's to be found here. But my daughter loves animals, and so we'll be able to go in depth with this book. And then we also get What's Under the Sea. So we'll talk about some marine biology this year with that one. The main book for science is this one, the Berenstain Bears Big Book of Science and Nature. And this book has all sorts of questions and things to talk about with kids inside of it. And it uses the Berenstain Bears as the main characters. So lots of different information about science. And again, with all of these books, it's spelled out exactly how to use them in your homeschool. On the lesson plan, it will tell you which book to use for science and which pages to read, so that you're using all of these resources to make a cohesive and comprehensive science unit for your kids for the whole year. And then finally, science includes the year at Maple Hill Farm. And this book has just beautiful illustrations of the farm and the different seasons. And I think this one is going to be fun to be able to connect science to our real life, because we often take nature walks and talk about the changes of the seasons. And so I think that we're going to be able to see some of these same things, snow and ice, for example, at our house. So it's going to be interesting to compare and contrast what things we can find at our house and what's unique to the Maple Hill Farm. There are quite a few read aloud books for social studies and history as well. One of the big ones is Things People Do. And this book is going to be a good introduction to different careers and just exploring those kinds of things. And again, I love how much information there is in this book. This is another one that we're going to be able to read multiple times and just be able to explore the information on the pages over the course of the year this year. And then we also got this book, People, which again is an introduction to different cultures and different communities around the world. So this one is different clothes that people wear in different countries. And it's going to be really interesting to be able to talk about world cultures in the course of reading this book. I love that all of these subjects are so accessible even to pre-kindergarten students as we're learning about them through the process of reading. And then we have some world culture and worldview books as well. We've got Stories from Africa, which is going to be a lot of fun to read. This one has sort of read aloud stories and then also has coloring pages. I think I might photocopy these pages and have my daughter color while I read the story to her. I think she'll really enjoy that. And then there's a few more. We have The Gods Must Be Angry and New Toes for Tia. These are going to be read aloud books that I think are going to be helpful with worldview and just exploring different cultures. And then we also have Usborne Talk About book Then and Now. And this is going to be a good introduction to history because it talks about what happened a long time ago and what happens now. So we have then in the schoolroom and now at school, and talking about what happened in the past and what happened now and how those things are different. So I think this is going to be helpful to introduce my daughter to the idea of the passage of time and the idea of things that happened in the past and things that are happening in the present. As a homeschool parent, I love that the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package includes everything that we need for a comprehensive homeschool curriculum that covers all of the subjects. And to that end, we received this book, A Child's Book of Art. And this is one of the most beautiful books that comes in the package. It's very large and it includes just full color pages of some of the different paintings and things for kids to look at. And so they are also organized so that kids can understand. So this page is all about colors, and there's all these different paintings that kids can look at that use different colors. And so kids are exploring different aspects of art through a kid-friendly topic that they can understand. And I love that this book includes such beautiful reproductions of the different pieces of art. This one's about opposites. And I think that this is going to be a lot of fun just to look through the book and be able to talk about the different paintings that we can see here. We also are going to be receiving a Spanish word book, and this is another thing that's brand new to the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package for 2022. It's currently back ordered, but I'll definitely be including that book in my review video, which will be coming out in the next few weeks after we get a chance to dive a little bit deeper into the curriculum. So if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe so that you'll get notified when that video is released as well. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a Sonlight curriculum without a lot of read aloud books. And I love to read out loud to my kids, and my kids will love it when we read out loud as part of our homeschool. So I'm really excited for these read aloud books and to be able to share these with my kids. We also received a read aloud CD of American Tall Tales, and I think this is going to be really fun to be able to listen to these along with my kids, and also going to be a lot of fun just to be able to use this in the car or when we're feeling busy and we just need something for them to be able to do independently. This is going to be a great resource to have. So read aloud books. We have the Millie, Molly, Mandy storybook. And this one is a chapter book, but I think it's going to be a perfect read aloud for my kids because it also has lots of illustrations throughout the pages. So kids will be able to connect to the story in that way. And the illustrations will help them stay really focused while we're reading. The book also has short chapters, which I think is going to be perfect for a first read aloud. We love to read books like this while we're eating breakfast, and I think this will be a great read aloud for us for that. We also have Uncle Wiggily's storybook. This one looks like a lot of fun. Again, another book that has short chapters and lots of illustrations to keep kids engaged. And I think these animal characters are going to be really fun for my daughter. I think she's going to love this one. We also got Osborne Stories from Around the World, and I think this is going to be a great way to link our read alouds to the world culture studies that we're doing as we study history. This book is just beautiful. It's got really pretty borders around all of the pages and just great stories that I think are going to help my kids explore different world cultures. We also got Animals from Eric Carle. We love Eric Carle, and I'm excited about this one because this is an Eric Carle book that we have not read. So interesting poem about giraffes here, just all different poems about different animals. This one will be a really fun read aloud as well. And then we have the Lion Storyteller Bedtime Book. And this one, again, has stories, beautiful full color illustrations on every page. And this one is a little bit shorter stories. So these will actually be really good for right before bedtime or just, again, for part of our homeschool read aloud. And then finally, we have the Children's Book of Virtues. And this one is a lot of poems and just little short. So this one, again, will be another really fun read aloud. So lots of amazing resources in the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package. I'm really excited about using it with my kids. I'll definitely be sharing a more in-depth review in the next few weeks where we'll be talking about how we use it and what we think about, especially the new resources. But feel free to share your comments about the Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package below the video, and I'll put a link as well to where you can go to Sonlight's website and learn more about the changes to the curriculum, as well as get your own Sonlight Pre-Kindergarten Package for your kids.